We haven't got the security of tenure that we paid for, quite frankly, and it's very stressful.
Ron and Beryl Race dreamed of a relaxing retirement in Perth's northern suburbs, but their dreams have been shattered by a failed housing investment scheme.
Well, as you can see, this is our Sterling New Life home. It's only a year and a half old.
In 2018, Ron and Beryl paid more than $250,000 for a 40-year lease over this property. The product, dubbed Sterling New Life, was marketed as a smart way to retire.
We looked into lifestyle villages, but there was still a lot of fees. There was no rates, no water rates.
There are no weekly or ongoing fees and no exit fees.
Sterling First began offering the product as a managed investment scheme, with the money going into a trust which was invested in property-related assets. Those assets were meant to generate profits to cover the tenant's rent.
What is very concerning is that the ultimate risk was never really disclosed. If those investments failed, it means ultimately that those elderly individuals were going to be evicted because the funds would not flow through to pay the rent.
Sterling New Life has turned into a disaster for the 100 mainly elderly people across the country facing eviction and heavy financial losses. Some are neighbours.
How you
going?
All right.
Good. Yes, well, another day in the Sterling Fighters battle.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. We didn't think we'd be in this position, did we?
The scheme was run by the Sterling First Group from this Perth office until June last year, when it went into liquidation. Founder Ray Jones is a real estate veteran and former bankrupt who has refused to answer questions about the collapse.
Ray Jones, can we talk to you, Ray?
One of the things that really makes us angry is that one of the questions that we asked was, what would happen if Sterling collapsed? They reassured us to say, well, if in the very unlikely situation of Sterling collapsing, they said, because your money's in a trust, it's secure.
They can't kick us out. They can't kick us because there's nowhere to go.
In Mandurah, south of Perth, a group of Sterling tenants meet regularly, united by stress and anxiety.
Yeah, I know.
Maureen and Mal Cameron fear they've lost $180,000.
They've just robbed us of our golden years. That's what they've done.
The elderly tenants have banded together to try and recover their money. Many are protesting what they claim is the failure of the corporate watchdog ASIC.
They had the power to stop this. And if they had have done that, we and many other victims wouldn't be in this situation.
The inaction on the part of ASIC enabled the scheme to snowball and grow.
New documents reveal red flags about Sterling First were going up inside Western Australia's Consumer Protection Office. It launched an investigation, with its officers going undercover at a seminar. In March 2017, that material was handed over to ASIC, but a senior WA official became uneasy after speaking with ASIC, emailing colleagues. I always get concerned when they talk about assessing something. Sometimes that is code for we won't be doing anything.
ASIC was prepared really to sit back and watch and not really do anything at all, and it took 6 months for it to put into place a very light touch approach.
It took ASIC almost 6 months to act, in August 2017 issuing an interim stop order, preventing further sales through the Sterling Income Trust. But once the paperwork was fixed up, the regulator allowed Sterling First to keep using the trust until July 2018.
What you do in order to ensure that you shut these schemes down, you go to the federal court, you put your case, and you get injunctions and orders from the court.
Sterling First found another way to get around the pressure from ASIC. Records show a new company structure was set up under the name Silverlink. Silverlink was used to sign up 38 new tenants who paid almost $7 million extra, including Ron Race.
We had never heard of Silverlink. ASIC had put a stop order to prevent Sterling from selling any more in the Sterling Income Trust in September 2017. We were never told that.
The stop order come from ASIC in that time, which was around about maybe August of 2017. Most of the sales reps were given the fire, you're fired, but they were going to come up with this different concept called Silverlink, which is the new concept after the stop order was put on.
That was a big family home. It was really great, wasn't it?
In October 2018, almost a year and a half after Consumer Protection first reported its concerns to ASIC, Maureen and Mal Cameron paid $180,000 for a property under Silverlink. They've since moved out because they couldn't afford to pay extra rent.
I have to watch my language. I'm very, very angry.
The Camerons' life savings went into Silverlink shares, but they claimed they've always been opposed to shares and were told their money was going into a trust.
They done the dirty. They ripped off the most vulnerable people on this earth, the elderly.
This has really played on me in the last couple of months.
ASIC declined an interview, saying in a statement its Sterling investigation is a priority and ongoing. Last week, ASIC won a case in the federal court against a company responsible for the Sterling Income Trust, with the court finding investors were given defective information. ASIC claims it has acted when it had sufficient evidence to do so.
This could go on for years. We won't be around.
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 730's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.